Many thanks for staying tuned. It's still the conversation here on Lagos Television. Our conversation today will center on party politics and national development. We'll continue to talk about the role party politics play in the development and growth of a country like Nigeria. And many are worried that at the moment political parties are gradually lacking in ideologies, and which is also a transformation to what the country at large will look like. So today on the program, we'll be taking a look at how party politics can influence national development. And our guest today is a policy development analyst. Join us as a welcome, Otumba Muiwa Ogunlaja. He's joining us via Zoom. Otumba Ogunlaja, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Good morning, my dear. Greetings to everybody at home.
All right, sir.
And their listeners.
All right, so let's start this way. When we say party politics or the formation of political parties, by your own understanding, what do you think these political parties have to offer when it comes to issues around policy and governance in a country like Nigeria?
Thank you. Mind you, political parties are combinations of like minds, men and women who believe in the same policy, the same philosophy, and who would like to uplift their country, the standard of living of the people, offer the people the dividends of democracy, because they have the same thinking. That is what should be the case. So the question now is, what do they intend to offer, or what are they offering in terms of national development? It's unfortunate that in Nigeria, most of the political parties are not really political parties now. I'll call them clientele organizations. Organizations set up to give them the reward for their hard work in quote, coming together, being in power, not minding principles or policies. Those days are...
We still have political parties standing on the shoulders of what the likes of Awolowo built on. Still talking about the fact that we are for the progressives. It is about the people. And so if these political parties are actually sustaining themselves on self-interest, how do we begin to hold them more accountable to the fact that this should be a collective and should be about the people and should be about the country?
Thank you. It will be a bit difficult to hold them accountable because the voters too, that will hold them accountable by instituting the recall process, and again they have compromised their own consciences. Most voters elect these people not because of the principles they canvass, but because of the palm greasing they have done for them. And you will not blame them. People are living below poverty line. They want to have 3 square meals per day. They want to have accommodation over their head. And the means are not there. So when some people come to cash in on this, they collect the money, not minding the principles. So the point is that these politicians, they are just playing on the sensibilities of the citizenry, on the sensibilities of the voters, knowing full well that they have been demarcated, they have been reduced to poverty, to below the poverty line, and they want to do anything to sustain themselves. But in those good old days, when voters were above the poverty line, when they belonged to what's called the middle class economy, when they could afford decent accommodation, good food, good school for their children, they were bent on putting people in position because of their popularity, because of their policies.
Okay.
If you are not a known Awoist, then nobody will vote for you, because they will know that you will not do these policies. They will not have free education. They will not have free housing. If you are not a known NPN people, then they will not canvass for you.
Okay.
Because they will not at least they will get housing. Accommodations were there. Many houses were built all over the federation. Then, so what you are saying is that until these political parties go back to the drawing board, to have themselves be dedicated to the cause of the people, to know that they are there to serve the people, and they should be associated with a particular principle, with a particular policy. Even now, then, National Advance Party
Okay.
was outside with the elimination of rats and cockroaches. You knew what you could frustrate them with. So what of now that parties are supposed to have more enlightened, more informed men, gentlemen who have seen it all, but they are not principled. If you see them in party A today, I have just said it tomorrow in party B, a principled man will remain where he is, no matter what. What you know to do is just to sit down and look. Sit down and look and see what will happen so that the leprous ants will not be affected.
Okay.
So the point is that we need to be principled. You must take that in. You must become an Aminu Kano
Okay.
who will stick to the player policies, not minding the lucrative offers from the other people. You must be an Awolowo who want to see his people develop. You must be an Nnamdi Azikiwe. You must be a Tafawa Balewa. That's what you call politicians of note. Until this is done, development will be elusive.
Right.
Okay. There is this particular anthem that we love singing in Nigeria about democracy, that it's the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And when you look at that particular phrase, it was all about the people. But when you look at the attitude of our politicians today, the people seem to be the secondary, while the political class are the major primary players. Now, you mentioned defection and you talk about interests and ideologies. And some of the politicians, what they are telling us is they are going to somewhere where they can serve, where their state can benefit. So would you blame them for going to where their bread will be buttered?
Well, I would say that when you decide on your own to serve the people, you must do so selflessly. It must not be your own interest again. It must be the interest of the people. The people's interest must supersede. It must come first. That's what you are seen as the servant of the people. But what do you have now? We have politicians who want to do what is called family hegemony. Politicians grooming their own children for chairmanship election. Politicians grooming their own children for gubernatorial election. Politicians grooming their nephew and cousins for senatorial elections. Politicians who believe that their names must not be deleted from the political map of Nigeria. Who believe that they are the only ones in the country. Is that what you want? So the point is that these people there are just for their own personal interest. I want to see a politician who will say, you come and become the chairman of this local government without your father being in politics, without your father being one of them. That is the point. We have just seen examples in Lagos State where a particular person wanted his son to be a chairman of a particular local government, though that has been stepped down thanks to the furore of the people. So there are many others like that who are calling them their children to become political candidates. So the point is that until people look at issues from a dispassionate point of view, we will not get there.
Right.
We must be selfless in our discharge to activities. When people like Awolowo and Besukwade were there, they had children who are grown up. They never pushed them up for that. Instead, they were grooming others who could serve, who were committed. Let that be the case.
Right.
Then we will know that we have leaders who are unbiased. We have leaders who are not prejudiced. We have leaders who believe that the country belongs to everybody and no living soul should be left out if he or she can perform.
All right, so let's quickly talk about national cohesion. Also, we do know that there's usually this thing about political parties in Nigeria where there are internal rancors, and which, of course, takes a while before they are resolved. Do these have any role to play in national unity? Because if the political parties themselves are not stable, does this have any role to play in the stability of the nation at large?
It does. It has a major role to play. Unfortunately, there's hardly any political party in Nigeria now that is stable. The one that has the seemingly stable outlook is calling moving left and right, and you are not very sure what will happen tomorrow or what. So the point is that the effects of the political parties not being disciplined, not being coherent, not having the say. In those good old days, when a decision is taken by a party, that decision will become the standard, the rule. It is the rule of the party, not the rule of members for the party. When the party takes a decision, it becomes the law. But that's not the case now. I have seen individuals who openly, and brazenly for that matter, challenge position of their parties. And nothing will happen. They will take their parties to court. And
Right.
judgments will be given against the party that has sponsored you. How can the child take his parent to court for bringing him forth? Imagine that. So that's what you have. So until there's this discipline, until you have leaders who are really committed to national development, until you have leaders who believe that the masses must be lifted, must be taken away from their poverty line, until you have leaders who believe that shelter is necessary, food is compulsory, education is a necessity,
Right.
until you have such leaders, we'll be in trouble. We'll be in trouble, and we are still in trouble. So political parties are just there for now to cater for interests of the leaders, of the top echelon, of those who have become political hegemony, families that have held on to that you have known for so many years, and they don't want to leave the landscape. Until we have that, it will be difficult, and that's what's affecting national cohesion, national development, national unity now. Because when the home is not settled, what do you expect from those outside?
Right.
That is the problem. Yeah.
Okay, looking at the present arrangements, the people, the voters now, they are more or less the lapdogs of the political class. And without their vote, they cannot get elected. So how can the people take their power back from the political class anytime we have elections? We know the gimmicks of this political class. They will come, dangle some carrots, dangle some stipend, and the people will always fall for it. So how can they take their right back in such a way that the political class will be forced to reckon with them?
Yes. It is a matter of what are called sacrifice. Readiness to pay the price for better tomorrow. Readiness to deny ourselves the 3 square meal for, if possible, 4 or 5 meal tomorrow. Readiness to give our children the necessary training to let them know that you can suffer today for a better tomorrow. So unless, the question now is how many of these voters, how many of us are ready to do this? How many of us are ready to say that, okay, this month I will not beg these people for any money, I will take only my Gary, and I'm sure in about 2 or 3 months' time it will be better.
Okay.
How many of us are ready to do that? We are not many. You see, the trauma level of Nigerians is so low that we cannot afford any problem. We so much like comfort. We like to be there. We want to enjoy life. No thanks to our independence that was given to us on a platter of gold. If we had fought for our independence, if we had actually shed blood, if we had paid for that independence, then we would so much value the independence that we want to fight for it, want to die for it. But because we had it on the platter of gold, we are not bothered.
Okay.
So the question is that Nigerians for now, until we have a resolve that let us stop this, and let us stop this, let us refuse their money, let us refuse their offer, let us be pragmatic, let us say we can trust you, you are the one who cast our votes for you.
Okay.
Let us forget about tribalism. Don't let us forget that you are from outside, you're from Yoruba land. If there's a Yoruba land man that is very good, let's vote for him. If I had a man that's very good, let's do that. If it's an outside man, let's do that. We should look at ourselves as Nigerians and let us go for results. Let us go for results, not
Right.
money.
Otumba, let's tie this your response to the issue of corruption, because you are saying now that this is the time for Nigerians to refuse the politicians or refuse stomach infrastructure in quotes, like many
Yes.
will say. So if you tie this with issues around corruption at the party level and at the national level, do you think that Nigerians are really ready to turn their backs on inducements?
You definitely want to stand in for me that Otumba will always say is mine.
Okay, go on.
Speaking, Nigerians are not ready.
Nigerians are not ready.
It's unfortunate.
Okay.
It pains me. It pains me. But the truth is that Nigerians are not ready. We are not ready. You see, the point is that there is this saying that there is nobody that does not have his own price. It's only whether it can be in dollars, in pounds, it can be in naira, it can even be in houses, it can be in banana highland duplex. There's nobody without a price. There's nobody. So because of that, those in power know they are aware of this, and they now cash in on this to work on the sensibilities of the people.
Okay.
As it is, so make it impossible for corruption not to thrive. You will be very surprised if you go down, if you go deep down, to see that most of these governors who are deflected to the ruling party, some of them will have done so because of one or two leaflets from EFCC to let them know what has been found about them, what has been found against them, and for them to be very safe, you have to move to the place where you can be covered.
Right.
There's somebody that will walk inside the rain. If there's an umbrella for you to protect yourself, so they all move under the umbrella to get themselves protected. So the point is that there's always that thing that you have done that's not good enough. That if it is exposed, your image will be tarnished, your political growth will become stunted,
Okay.
and people are not ready to do that. So it's unfortunate. We have been embroiled in this. We have become part and parcel of this. We have been immersed in this death, and we cannot do much now. But the resolve to start doing it now, not minding the repercussions, is what is important. Let us resist. It's like the wasteful or the wasteful son.
Right.
Who after getting his own loan decided to come back after wasting. That doesn't mean that you will not be accepted. Let's go back and say, okay, we have made mistakes in the past. We want to rectify this. We want to make Nigeria great again. Let us have it. We will pay the price. I know. I may not have the fiscal climate to take. I may not have comfortable accommodation. I may even have to walk from my place of work to my office.
Okay.
But at the end, it will be better off.
All right.
How many of us are ready to do that? That is the question. How many of us?
Okay.
Okay,
I want to do legislation. I'll be ready not to put on the skirt every time. Will you be ready not to have what to take care of my beautiful children at home? We are not ready for that. You see, we are so used to comfort, to luxury, that nobody wants to take ordinary water after a meal. Rather, it's a bottle of Coke or a bottle of Fanta.
Okay, if the people are not ready now, I'm just thinking in my brain, who will bail the cats for that development that we desire? And if the people are not ready, like you just cited, does that make our situation hopeless at the detriment of that national development that we are looking at?
No, it does not make our situation hopeless. It only means that agencies like the National Orientation Agency, like our churches, like our mosques, like our traditional rulers, that they have a lot of role to play, like those of us in the broadcast industry. Let us tell the people the truth. Let the people's consciences be awakened. Let Nigerians know that this place can be better if we decide to do what is proper.
Okay.
Let us encourage Nigerians to love their nation more than individual interests. You see, when you give them this, when they wake up in the morning and listen to jingles that will make them feel that they're Nigerians, they must contribute. When parents talk to their children when going to school, that you are going to school, okay, I don't mind you come back home not doing very well. There will be a necessity for you to do very well. Don't go to school to go and start copying notes. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't go to your lecturers to go and buy marks.
Okay.
Don't dehumanize yourself because you're a beautiful lady and you are not doing your work very well to go out to the lecturer because of marks. By the time you have all this done, Nigerians, there is nobody that will not have there's not anybody that will not have so conscious. There is no Nigerian that will not have this Nigerian spirit in him. You have it in us. All you to do just to have it, wake it up, wake that spirit up. Then it will now take some time and we'll get there.
Okay.
But if we continue like this, we keep on killing that spirit.
Okay.
And you keep on having that, yes, it has to be rosy for me. If it's not so, I don't mind. You must be ready to pay the price.
Okay.
It's just little discomfort. For about 2-3 years, they will be there to have, to say that, yes, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Otunba,
Paulo said that years back.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm yet to see the light too. Maybe NEPA has taken.
Before we allow you go this morning, let's quickly dwell on integrity. Integrity is very important. What do these political parties need to do to ensure that they maintain integrity? And of course, they also take it for granted that issues around managing their resources are not the concerns of Nigerians. Please quickly speak to this fact, integrity and management of resources by political parties.
Political parties they get resources from government. Government resources come from the people. Then why should they think that the people should not be concerned with how they spend their money? They should be concerned with how they spend their money. Actually, most of the corruption we have boils down to the squandermania of political parties, which unfortunately are not subjected to proper audit. Though they will submit their audit report to the INEC. How many times have you had INEC saying that something is wrong with the audit report? They always take it. So the person, let our leaders, our people leaders, let them become our consciences for truth. That yes, this is people's resources we are spending. As a result, we must manage it properly. There must be a return on people's investment. We must be very, very transparent the way to spend.
Okay.
I wonder how many these parties have their annual reports,
budgets,
annual account reports. Yeah, they do. Nobody asks them.
Okay.
Even when they come for subventions, annual subventions, nobody asks them.
Right.
Even those that ask, just say, "What's your business?" I just keep quiet. You see. So until you have this development, this mass education, or not necessarily education, Western education, but kind of to galvanize the people into action, to ask the questions about their resources, about how they are being managed, about the nation, about what will happen to their future, then it will continue. But I'm sure if these leaders have a change of mind and they decide to be very thorough in the discharge of their duties to the people, then it will be better, and Nigeria will be a better place. But mind you, I am of the opinion, and I'm very sure that Nigeria will be a better place. Let us start this. Let us all be committed. Let us have a change of attitude. Let us have these 2 or 3 years of suffering. Then, suffering in quote. Then we'll get there to El Dorado. But let us have only those who are ready to serve us as leaders, not those who want to perpetuate their names as if their family names mean Nigeria.
Okay, Otunba Ogunlaja. I'm sure that you know, maybe a lot of Nigerians will also share your enthusiasm this morning that indeed Nigeria will be great again against all odds.
It should be.
Thank you so much, Otunba Muyiwa Ogunlaja, for giving us your time on the program this morning. We value your thought. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we've been speaking with a policy development analyst, Otunba Muyiwa Ogunlaja, who's joined us via Zoom on the program today and has helped us take a look at party politics and national development. Ajibola, are you also confident that Nigeria, let me borrow a leaf from what Otunba Ogunlaja said, that he's been saying there'll be light at the end of the tunnel. And he said, is it NEPA that is holding the light?
When is the light going to come? And there was something that he said just now, pepper soup politician. But honestly, what we have discussed today should actually prick the conscience of the political class. And of course, we hope what we have said earlier would also push them to do the needful because the people are suffering. And then when you say democracy is all about the people, then who are you serving?
Yeah, it should be the people. I mean, I get worried all the time when we talk about when most of our guests or our viewers say, ideology is dead and everybody right now is just practicing what is at their interest. I just hope that we can go back to that era where the people really mattered, because who are you serving? Shouldn't it be the people?
This hope, when is it coming?
Okay, the renewed hope. Okay, let me slide Jubala back in his coin this morning. Joy is coming. All right, that's the much we'll take on the conversation this morning. And as usual, we will hand you over to the outside broadcast crew who are now set to bring you the press briefing today. I think it is the turn of the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems to brief Lagos residents today on the 60th anniversary of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And by God's grace, tomorrow at 10 a.m. will be another time to join the team on the conversation. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Abimbola Bello.
I am Ajibola Ojeshola. Thanks for watching.